My name's Monica, and this is my husband Tim. Together, we have this little guy, Carter. And now, we're just trying to figure out life. Timon life.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today is a interesting video. If you watched the last video we posted, there was a lot happening in our lives. So maybe I'll just catch everybody up to speed quickly. Carter's 1 year old. That's my son, Carter. He's a year old. Where did the time go? I also had my birthday. I'm 27. It doesn't feel like it. It's weird. I could still feel like I'm a kid in high school. If anybody else relates, let me know. So I had my birthday, Carter's birthday. The week before that, I had surgery, and that's what we're going to be talking about in this video. Is I had a septoplasty. I had a deviated septum, and it's kind of a long story. So maybe I should rewind a little bit and tell you how I even found out I had a deviated septum. Tim will tell you that I snore a lot, and yes, especially after, through pregnancy and a little bit after, I was snoring a lot. But, I just kind of, I'm a little overweight, so, that's probably part of it, but just kind of wrote that off. When we had gone out to San Diego, you'll remember the vlog series, I'll link the playlist up above. When we had gone out there to San Diego, we had a smaller hotel room than normal, so we had Carter's pack and play kind of situated over in the corner of the room, and the best way to kind of see what was going on was to lean over the side of the bed. So what does Tim do? He leans over to look at Carter because he was making noises while sleeping or something, and I leaned over behind him. Well, Tim sat up before I did, and his back went straight into my nose. I know this probably sounds like the most weirdest story, but it would only happen to me. So he sits up before I do, and so my back goes straight, oh my gosh, I can't even get this straight. My nose goes straight into his back, and I thought I broke my nose. Honestly, it was so painful. Instantly I'm crying. So I honestly thought I broke my nose. Kind of after the initial pain wore off, it just kind of subsided. Yes, my nose was sore to the touch. So I was like, you know what, we'll be okay. I can still breathe. I didn't get instant swelling or black eyes. So we just kind of let it be. When we got back from that trip, I was having a lot of facial pain. Pain right here in my sinuses and up above my eye. And then when if you've ever had a sinus infection, when you lean forward, you feel that pressure. I had that a lot. So I found an ENT, an office that was recommended to me, and I go and they stick this scope down my nose, and he goes, "You cracked your septum." So from that whole incident with Tim, I didn't break my nose per se, but I cracked my septum. And he goes, "That's actually kind of hard to do in certain cases." So that was fun. And then he goes, "Oh, you also have a deviated septum." And he had me do this thing, and he's like, "And your nostril collapses. It's not supposed to do that." He was like, "You know what? We'll get you on the calendar. We'll give your nose some time to heal the acute injury of the crack, and then we'll get you on the schedule, get your septum corrected." So we waited a month. I went back in. He goes, "Okay, it looks good enough. Here's your schedule the surgery." So I actually scheduled the surgery a week before my birthday because I didn't want to go in the day before my birthday to have it done. I think it was about an hour and 45 minutes, give or take is what Tim told me. I was home, but I was there at 7:15 in the morning, and I was home by noon. Because I don't think I actually went back for surgery until close to 8:30 or 9. I just remember, because I had a lot of anxiety. I've had several surgeries from when I was younger. I had a lot of anxiety about the actual surgery, and so the doctor gave me some medicine as he's like, "Okay, we're gonna give you this, and we're gonna go right down the hall." And I remember we turned out of the room, I'm in the bed, and the nurse says, it's gonna be great, hun, or something like that. She was super sweet nurse. And as soon as she said that, the medicine hit me and I went, whoa. And I remember telling the anesthesia, I go, oh, this is some good stuff, doc. And it kind of relaxed me. And then they brought me into the operating room, and they transferred me onto the operating table. And I had already started kind of like falling asleep as they're kind of like wrapping me in this like cocooned sheet to my arms. And then I was out, honestly. It was that quick. Waking up from the surgery, I was nauseous. I have a history of nausea when it comes to anesthesia, so that was expected. So they instantly got me some more medication because they had given me some while I was waking up already. But other than that, just groggy that first day. The one thing that I didn't expect with the recovery from this surgery, so what they did, I'll list the 3 things that they did during the surgery. They did the traditional septoplasty, where they align your septum, and some of that includes taking out a piece of it to straighten it, and then a couple stitches in there to make it stay straight. They also, you have turbinates, which are structures in your nose that have to do with allergies. So they scraped those, basically because they become inflamed, and that's what causes really bad allergies and breathing. So they scraped those, and I don't know if they actually removed, because in some cases they can remove a portion of the bone that's in there, or the structure. So they did that. And then they also repaired my nasal valve, especially on my right side. So there was like 3 things that they did. So when I woke up, I wasn't in pain, honestly. My nose did not hurt through this entire surgery. My nose itself did not hurt. The roof of my mouth and my teeth hurt so bad. That is, if you've had braces, when you get your braces put on for the first time, that tension and that tightness and that kind of pain, or right after they get adjusted and you try to eat something and your teeth just hurt so bad, that is what it felt like after this surgery. And then also my throat was sore because they do intubate you while you are under anesthesia, because they are working on your sinuses and your breathing area, so they need to protect your airway. So my throat was super sore. So I ate a lot of soup in those first few days, and very soft things to help soothe my throat. A lot of chicken broth. I actually made chicken broth just to help. But other than that, the immediate pain, I did take narcotics technically for the first day, but I do not like how they make me feel. And my ENT actually told me, he goes, good, we know you won't become addicted to them because you don't like them. So I actually stopped taking them. I think it was probably after day 2. I think I took one day 2, because I just, I have a 1-year-old at home. I didn't want to be, out of it too much. I wasn't lifting him because you can't lift you can't lift, you can't exercise or anything for quite some time. So I stopped taking the painkillers, but I was taking ibuprofen. That was helping enough that I didn't need narcotics anymore. They put gauze under your nose because you're draining. They pack your nose first, with this stuff that disintegrates over time from liquid and whatnot. So they put that in and they pack your nose. Your nose is super swollen. I think I have a couple pictures. And then they put the gauze underneath your nose, and you have to change that. For the first week, until they sucked everything out on day 4, I was changing it probably every 3 or 4 hours. Which was great because I was allergic to the tape, so it was tearing up my skin. But then on day 4, that Thursday, so I had surgery Monday, that Thursday I go in and they suction out all of the leftover packing and the scabs that have started to build up. You'd be surprised how much is in there. I was like, oh, okay, there's just a little bit right there by my nose. No, it's all in your sinuses and stuff. So they suck all of that out. And that was the most uncomfortable feeling ever, because your nose is already raw and in pain, and then they're sticking this like metal suction thing down to get everything out. If you have painkillers, take them. I took ibuprofen on the way there and my doc said, it's okay if you need to take another one, because it's very painful, because they're literally pulling out all the scabs and stuff so that you can breathe. And then they stick these things in there that numb it, and then after they take those out, they're almost like these weird like tampon things. They pull those out, and you can breathe for the first time. So it was an interesting experience, but here we are. I am now, let's see, about a month post-op, and I can breathe. I will say the one thing, I haven't been back to the gym and stuff because I haven't fit that in my schedule as a mom, but I will say I am sleeping better 100%. I actually wake up feeling rested. They say it's not necessarily a surgery for snoring, but my husband says my snoring's gone away. So there's that. I do have to do kind of like the neti pot sinus rinses once a day. And then the sinus spray, like the saline spray, he wants me to do that probably like 2 or 3 times a day. I do it when my nose starts to feel a little dry. But overall, honestly, I feel like I have more energy. So it was a good decision for me. It was stressful. I was in pain. I did not like feeling good. But honestly, by probably the second week, I was like 90% back to normal. I did have still a lot of the dripping, and it kind of felt like he had a little bit of a runny nose, which made people nervous during COVID. I'd be like, no, I had surgery. I'm vaccinated. I had COVID testing. Like, I don't have it. I'm just a little drippy from surgery. So that was the interesting element to this too. But overall, I think this was a really good decision for me. And I'm very thankful for my family who stepped up to help with Carter while I was not, his sole caregiver for the time being. And especially my husband, for Tim, for taking care of me and making sure I had good food to eat. I think we ate at Panera like 3 times that week. But overall, it was a great experience, the highs and the lows of it all. If you have any questions about going through this procedure, or things that I experienced, or things that I used to help the healing process, please let me know. Comment down below. Give this video a thumbs up. Do you like this content? I know I've done like pregnancy stuff, but I'm just sharing my life with y'all and my experiences. So if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.